The Benson, Jones, and Barnes.
That's great. Wait, did you just say Barnes?
Yeah, that's right. Of course, there's negotiating to be done, but that's our intention.
Yes. Yes, of course. And I promise that I won't let I won't let my partners down. You won't regret it, Mr. Benson.
Well, I guess you could say congratulations are in order for Andrea Barnes for, I don't want to say she made partner yet, but let me put it this way. She is being highly considered for the role. It's just a matter of negotiations and, paperwork and red tape. But at this point, it seems that Andi will have her name on the side of the building along with the other partners. But just so you know, I believe it is season 8, episode 20, entitled Boss Lady, when Andi officially becomes partner. So we got to wait a little while, and so does Andi. But just know that it is going to happen. It's going to take a lot of time, but she will make partner. And not to sound like a hater, but does she really deserve it? And I said this before, earlier in the season, that, look, I know people don't like Hayden. He has a snake in the grass mentality, dog eat dog kind of thing. And it seems to me that when you really look at both Hayden and Andi, neither one of them deserves to be partner. But if I was picking one, I would probably pick Hayden. Only, and this isn't like, oh, well, you're a man, so you're picking him. No. I'm looking at the Marie Willis case because of the fact that my biggest concern about Andi making partner is, will she devote the time and effort necessary to be a partner? Mr. Benson said that, this has been a tough year for the firm, and, and for you specifically, your life is about to get even tougher. And then he mentions the partner thing. So this really reminds me of, if you haven't been watching Bruh season 4, you're doing a disservice to yourself. I understand not everybody rocks with the show, but the new writers for season 4 have been doing a hell of a job. And next week, the final 2 episodes drop on BET Plus, and it's only 10 episodes for this one season. Go watch it. Seriously, I would not recommend it if I didn't mean it. But in any case, Tom is going through a similar situation where I believe the head physician at the hospital is about to retire in his 70s, and he wants Tom to take the position. And the reason he came to him first is not only is he respected by his colleagues, he's gone above and beyond for his patients and whatnot, but he's also single and no family or anything, and the position is one that requires a lot of sacrifice. So Tom is considering whether or not he wants the position, due to it basically being a, quote unquote life contract. Like, if I sign up for this, it's going to be dang near impossible for me to have a life outside of work. And when you look at Andi, she's very scatterbrained. She's very, unfocused. And when she is on her job, and I mean, like, when she's locked in, she's a hell of an attorney. But when you look at this season, for example, and I'm not even just talking about the whole Gary ultimatum thing, but I mean, just look at how she treated the Marie Willis case. Marie told her from the jump, if I hire you to be my attorney, you got to be all in. You need to be like 3 steps ahead. Not me coming up in here to follow up with you and you're still like 10 steps behind. I mean, there are moments where there were emergency meetings and Andi wasn't answering the phone because she was worried about the Penelope thing, or she was trying to worry about the Gary thing, or she's chasing behind Karen or somebody. And how many times did she get rightfully called out for not being, invested in her current main case? It's like, Marie was like, I don't want you thinking about no Sistas. I don't want you thinking about no Gary. I don't want you thinking about no other cases or even Jordan. I want you locked in and focused for what I'm hiring you to do. And if Andi definitely puts her all into her job, I think she'll be a fine partner. But I don't know if she's going to devote the necessary energy into this position. That's just my main concern. Because like I said, Hayden, I think, did more work on the Marie case. It just so happens that Andi had a great team that was, for one, able to find the $75 million in NFTs. And by a stroke of pure luck, Maurice happened to have the intel that sealed the deal about Roger and his secret kinks and fetishes that, you know, he wouldn't want out to the public, and pretty much secured Marie's victory for the case. And that's why she got a stellar recommendation and, you know, now a partner. Hayden kind of shot himself in the foot by making it all about him versus we. I mean, I think at the end of the day, even if Hayden and Andi had worked together, Maurice still had that key information and Andi would have been the one to present it. So she most likely still would have gotten the stellar referral from Miss Marie. And as a result, she would have made partner rather than Hayden. But, you know, at least he could have went out with a bit more dignity than the way he did. Because this dude just kept taking L's in this dang finale. But yeah, and then also on top of that, when you look at Andi making partner, how often do you feel like her position is going to, or her personal life is going to impact her job? Not in terms of the amount of focus and effort she puts into it, but think of how many times, you know, she has disgraced the law firm with her personal stuff, like with Gary and whatnot. But at the same time, they're kind of overlooking that because, look, you just help out a billionaire. That means we're going to get a huge chunk of money. And she's now bringing all of her legal affairs to this firm. So talk about a major payday. I know it's a weird comparison, but this reminds me of like certain musical artists that get into very sketchy and, you know, life destroying headlines. But if they put out a new song or album that people love, people tend to forget about it. I feel like the same thing is true with Andi. It's like, look, you screwing around with Gary or you pissing off this client who wants to sue the law firm is ruining our reputation and good name. We ought to terminate you. Oh, but you did bring in this huge settlement to the law firm, so we're going to turn the other cheek. I don't know. It just seems too easy for Andi, if you ask me. But the way she kind of, you know, okay, KJ in that dance, come on now. Yeah. But the way she kind of fell into her chair, just, you know, content and amazed, it reminds me of when she got the new corner office in season 2. But hey, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Andi deserves to be partner? Do you think she will be the right person for the job by dedicating her time and attention to it, or will she just half-ass it like everything else and just seem to get by the skin of her teeth because she's a Mary Sue? I don't know. But either way, let's talk about it in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. And also, if Robin is coming back next season, how is he going to feel about her making partner? All right. We'll find out soon.